Austin's wealth isn't just crypto bros, IPO windfalls, and Tesla transplants. That's the loud money, fast, flashy, and it's pretty much everywhere. But beyond the skyline, there's another kind of wealth that's in Austin. The kind with family names on hospital wings and university libraries. The kind built on ranching, oil, law, and land long before the tech arrived. That's the quiet money, and it's been here for generations. Today, we're taking a drive through the neighborhoods where the old money still lives, places that shaped Austin before hashtags and high rises, what they feel like, who lives there, and how legacy lives on. Old West Austin, Pemberton Heights, and Old Enfield. Let's start right where Austin's early families planted their flags. Driving through here feels like flipping through a living history book. Towering oaks from a canopy overhead, stone walls framed in sweeping lawns. Every house seems to have a story of its own. This was Austin's first enclave of affluence, built when the city was still just a sleepy college town hugging the river. Doctors, judges, and UT donors bought land here to be close to campus, along with being close to the Capitol, but far enough away where they could still hear the cicadas at night. You'll see colonial revival, Spanish Renaissance, and Tudor revival homes dating back to the 1920s and 30s, each meticulously maintained. Wrought iron canopies, clay tile roofs, leaded glass, and those big wraparound porches that is known for Southern living, where you can drink your sweet tea and gossip a little. Fun fact, the iconic Pemberton Castle started life as a water tower before becoming a UT professor's home. And the Bond House was modeled after the 1937 film Lost Horizon. Both still overlook Shoal Creek today. Here's the funny part though. There's almost no flash. You could drive past a multi-million-dollar estate and never really realize it. No influencer mansions, no flashy gates, just quiet and layered beauty. Mornings mean joggers along Shoal Creek Trail, walking your kiddo to school or biking there, and the sound of sprinklers hitting the century-old oak trees. Neighbors wave to you on their wide front porches as the light filters through the canopy. Even evenings end at Jeffrey's, just down the road, or on the back patio with cicadas singing and somebody strumming on a guitar. If you want to feel what old Austin really is, walk on Hartford Road at golden hour. You'll truly understand why generations never really left. These are the kind of neighborhoods where homes change hands quietly between generations and neighbors have known each other since kindergarten. The median home price here, roughly 1.1 to 2.5 million. Tarrytown, the art of subtle luxury. Next up is Tarrytown, Austin's neighborhood that defies quiet confidence, just west of downtown and edging Lake Austin. Tarrytown is home to UT trustees, former governors, and so on. Tree-lined streets wind past classic mid-century ranches and 1930s colonials, alongside tasteful new builds that echo that same style. Every detail really feels curated and not showy. You'll even spot vintage Bentleys and 20-year-old Land Cruisers in Tarrytown. Nobody cares either way. Weekend rhythm here center on Reed Park, Mayfield Park, and Deep Eddy Pool, the oldest public pool in Texas, and it's still the coolest as well. If you wander through Mayfield Park, you'll meet its most famous residents, a flock of peacocks that roam freely through the gardens. It's a sight to see. It's one of the things that makes Tarrytown feel charming and untouched, refined, but never pretentious. Families paddleboard on the lake in the morning, and they host backyard dinners under the stringed lights at nighttime. The sense of community here is real. Charity bake sales and annual 4th of July parades are still in full effect here. Home prices range around 1.3 million to 11 million, and that's based on what's going on right now in the market. The median home price is 2.3 million. Tarrytown is old money in linen shorts and boots. Refined, friendly, and entirely self-contained. Judges Hill, Hyde Park, and Bryker Woods, Austin's academic heritage. Head a few minutes north and you'll step into Judges Hill, Hyde Park, and Bryker Woods. This was built around Austin's early powerhouses, education, law, and public service. Judges Hill rises on a bluff overlooking downtown, and its name comes from the early residents' attorneys, professors, and civic leaders who wanted to be near both the courthouse and the university. Their homes were statements of intellect rather than extravagance. Graceful craftsman-style Victorian homes wrapped wraparound porches, beveled glass, and carefully restored woodwork. Hyde Park, founded in 1891, it's known as Austin's first suburb, and it holds an old-fashioned charm with wide sidewalks, bungalows, and it's a neighborhood where people still know your dog's name. Bryker Woods adds to that mid-century academic flair. Think low-slung moderns built for professors and musicians and creatives alike. Together, these three form Austin's legacy belt. The wealth isn't just new, it's tied to endowments, nonprofits, and the arts. You really feel it in the Austin Symphony fundraisers, the neighborhood book clubs, and the care with which people restore instead of replace, which is huge. If Old Enfield whispers, Judges Hill hums, steady, cultured, and content. Next on my list is Westlake Hills. Before the skyline views and gated drives, this land was cattle pasture. Some of Austin's earliest families still own parcels of land here. Today, those ranches have evolved into estates perched on limestone ridges with jaw-dropping views of downtown and Lake Austin. A little history note about Westlake Hills. The area grew from a small rural community of Eanes incorporated as Westlake Hills in 1953 when 70 residents voted to establish a municipality. Architecture runs the gamut here. Warm Texas moderns, Santa Barbara-style villas, and sleek glass and steel compounds that still feel rooted in the hill country. Privacy is everything. You'll notice long winding drives, native landscaping, and properties hidden beyond the simple gates. Many include guest casitas, infinity pools, and terraces perfect for charity dinners and sunsets. And then there's Eanes ISD. It's the #1 school district in Austin and in Texas, which is huge, and it competes on a high level nationally. That alone keeps demand high. Homes range from 1.1 million to 9 million plus for those skyline views. The median home price hovers around 2.9 million. Westlake is where long-term Austin families stay close to the city that they help shape, and where newcomers come for top-rated schools, big lots, and hill country privacy just minutes away from downtown. Barton Creek, that resort-style legacy. Heading southwest, you reach Barton Creek, a master plan haven that merges hill country, serenity with resort-style living. It's anchored by Omni Barton Creek Resorts and Spa and the Barton Creek Country Club, so golf carts here are particularly required. Fairways wind between gated enclaves like Wimberley Lane and the foothills, each lined with limestone estates and Mediterranean manners. Residents host wine tastings, charity tournaments, and school fundraisers that double as social gatherings. Outdoor living is also a part of the design. Pools, summer kitchens, and verandas that catch the hill country breeze. And if you're a nature lover, you're minutes away from Barton Creek Greenbelt for hiking and paddleboarding. Prices stretch from $1.6 million to over $12 million for custom compounds. But the real value here is the community, the stellar schools, and a sense of life that should be enjoyed and not rushed. The hidden ranch estates legacy in the land. Now, let's venture further west beyond the proximity to downtown to the hidden ranch estates scattered throughout Bee Cave, Dripping Springs, Driftwood, and Spicewood. If you've never driven down Hamilton Pool Road and seen a narrow gravel drive disappear into a curtain of oak trees, chances are there's a serious estate at the end of it. There are multi-generational properties, hundreds of acres held for decades. The homes themselves are architectural masterpieces designed to sit lightly on the land. Native stone, tin roofs, deep porches, and courtyards that open to the canyon views. Inside, you'll find reclaimed beams, libraries, and art collections that tell a story of heritage rather than the hype. This is the Austin that most people never see. The families who live here wear boots older than most startups. They're at the farmers markets on Saturdays, church on Sunday, and not flashing their success online. Its wealth is measured in stewardship, in acres protected, water conserved, and family history preserved. Okay, here's the thread that connects all these together. If there's one thing old money in Austin has mastered, it's playing the long game. They're not chasing clicks or clout, they're building legacy. You see it in the trees they save, the homes homes they restore, and the scholarships they fund year after year. It's less about showing off and more about showing up. Super important. That's why these neighborhoods hold their value, because they hold their soul. If these neighborhoods speak to you and you're exploring whether one of them might fit your lifestyle, my team and I would love to walk you through the possibilities. Hey, did you find this video helpful? Then hit that like button. And if you're feeling my vibe, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so that you don't miss a thing. And I'll see y'all on the next one.